You may be wondering why I haven't really been streaming very much lately. It is literally just because, like, I have just started, some, like, college classes. Okay, so I just started, like, a new semester at college. And as I'm kind of, like, getting used to these various classes, I actually want to put a pause on my streaming. Additionally, I've had some new roommates move in as well, and so I would also like to be polite to them and, like, not start blabbering on to my imaginary friends while they're trying to do, like, homework or whatever. But even if I am not streaming, I still do want to be, like, releasing an episode of Coven SMP, like, preferably once a week, you know, maybe more. I have been doing a substantial amount of work here. And it's actually one of the things that I wanted to work on tonight. What I would like to do is I would like to get something set up at each of these stations so that it's like, you know, just like a simple little, a little board that tells you how far out the train is, and maybe a little bit of additional information to let you know, I don't know, to like wait at, a little waiting bit. That sounds nice. So we're gonna build one here at the borough. And then probably one by spawn in the Grand Market as well, I'm thinking. So I'm gonna kind of like put a lot of stuff over here. And I want this one to be made with like a lot of spruce flavored things. I probably... So we're gonna get a few more of these. I also did some mining. I needed a lot of train tracks. And then the way that it works with create here is you need a display link, and you need a couple of these. So I'm gonna make like 12 of them. And then I think you need like a relatively fast source of water, or a relatively fast source of rotational power. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make just a large water wheel and a rotational speed controller. And I think I have some of these chairs, but I don't think there's a way to turn them back into seats. But that's perfectly fine, I think. So we will do that. And then we're going to want to do that for a larger water wheel. And then I believe I need... Oh, I really need to set up a, like a toolbox at some point, because I kind of just have like a bunch of stuff floating around ambiently. Actually, another thing that I've got set up is I have some devious machinations. This is my Wither Skull farm, because it just passively generates Wither Skulls out of Blackstone. It also was non-OSHA compliant for a while, but I fixed that. I'm pretty sure that this I have, like, shown off before. I think I built it on stream. This is building precision mechanisms, though right now this is actually being used for more rails. And this is in general, my mass production factory. So let me make just like... I don't know if you've ever seen something like this before, you know? So here's how this is going to work. I throw in 16 planks, and they get put up in there, and then I need to put in 8 shafts, and they start getting loaded up. I don't know why they're not rotating, that's weird. And then, you know, I'm gonna do, like, a relatively substantial amount of these as well for the smaller ones. If I want to make more of these shafts, there's a mechanical saw there. If I want to make casing, I just load it up in here and it separates it and goes through, though train casing doesn't work because of... Ow, 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 ow. Because of that, I probably should put up some guardrails over it. And then this is for alloys, and this is for mashing things. My little iron farm over there is still fully functional as well. Okay. Well, I say fully functional. I'll have to go grab my thing. I say fully functional, but I've kind of like turned off andesite generation on it for a little bit. Let me grab me wrench. So if anyone's wondering, the day that I am recording this footage actually is the same day that Silksong got its release date revealed. I'm incredibly excited for it. It is also a little bit strange that the train isn't here yet. Oh, nope, the train is on its way. So this is the train that I made. This is the Hermes line. Yes, it is supposed to do that, don't worry. Because it, like, zoom...
Miss.
Well, it's not supposed to do that. I'm gonna honestly just give it, like, some time. This is where you're supposed to, like, get on the train. I think the signage for it will be here, so let me actually put down some display boards. I've not really fiddled with these very much. That should probably be... Hi, are you gonna stop? Yeah, here we go. I wonder if lag just led it to like, delay a good bit. Oh, that's nice, I like that. So this is Chelly. She's the engineer of the Hermes line. This is supposed to take you between Spawn, the market, and a couple of people's, like, houses and stuff. And so there are barrels on it in case you, like, buy too much stuff and you don't really think about it. You can just load it up on the train. What I kind of want to do is... Now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of like the idea of having a portable storage interface at the Grand Market where you can just put stuff into it and it'll load it up there. And, like, literally the way that I could set it up is I could have it so that there is only input at the Grand Market. So what you do is you pour stuff into the train, and then that's your stuff. That could be kind of a fun way to do it, yeah. But that's a problem for future me. So I think the way that this works is I do that, and then I need to apply it to you. And then once this is receiving enough rotational force, it should work. So literally what I think I want to do is I'm going to have it so that there is a thing here, and then a thing that... Actually, hang on. Even better... I'm going to put it below the platform. And then I will do a gearbox, I think is what I need. Which I don't actually have the materials for, and I've probably got one, like, at home. Ah! By the way, if things, like, work out properly, next time I stream on the server, I will actually have a slightly adjusted model for for Coven SMP that, like, doesn't disjoint from all of my armor. And potentially that has, like, joints, so that it can disjoint. I don't entirely know what I'm going to use them for. I think I'm going to have it so that when I eat food, I, like, put both hands to my mouth to eat it. Because I do that sometimes in real life. Actually, fun fact about me, sometimes when I'm just eating, like, little snacks in real life, I just, like, you know, grab them with both hands and start going to town. But, so for some reason, it is... Ow! Somehow I didn't realize that I would get hit by a train when I jumped in front of the train. Because somebody else has actually done this on the server for, like, their own private use. So if I'm remembering correctly, I go to spawn. Gosh, it's echoey in here. So if I'm remembering correctly, I go to spawn, and I wait for it to load. If you're wondering, Lonnie has been building a warp hub, and I think I'm in it. I have an entry in the warp hub, which is kind of nice. I guess the downside is that I don't really have a warp back outside of the nether. But I kind of just want to use trains instead, so that's fun. Okay, so how do you do this? So it says 2 minutes... Oh, I'm actually going to take my seat back. I put this here a while ago. Okay. Oh, so there's 2 display links. One of them is train station spawn train station summary at spawn station at 0% 3, and the other one is the train schedule status. Okay. 0 and 3%. And this one is train schedule status at, let's just say line 2 for now. Now let's give it a schedule, and it's gonna say that it departs in about 30 seconds. Okay, the Grandma. Hang on. That's amazing! Now departing, Grandma. And then I am going to change it so that this is like line... Actually, no, well... No, hang on, actually, I want you... No, I do want you to be there. Real quick, I am going to update this schedule, and I'm actually going to remove this additional Grand Market from the thing, and see if that actually fixes anything. What I might also do is, I think if I put, like, redstone there, I think I can actually have it so that it, like, does a thing. I don't know. I think that there's a way to set up some kind of, like, detector rail along the way. And if that is correct, then I want to have, like, a detector rail as it's coming up so that, like, a little sound plays. So yeah, I think that I am gonna, like, kind of start wrapping things up from here now. Next time you see this, I will probably have, like, finished this station and potentially others. Who knows? I don't. I know nothing. In fact, the only thing that I know is that I know nothing. By the way, is the Wandering Trader still here? I want to see if I can steal from him. Because I think you get, like, a fancy bag if you do. That's kind of fun. Nope, okay, later. Get hit by a train. Get hit by a train. It'll be funny, I promise. You've been struck by train. It kind of takes a while for the train to, like, get to and from throughout its root, you know? And so as a result, it also kind of takes a while for me to do major testing of it. But again, you know, that's a problem for future me, and I'm about to become future me. So thank you all very much for coming. If you are interested in more content from me, then you should absolutely, like, you know, like, follow me on YouTube, I guess? I don't really, like, do this one much anymore? Gosh. Like, yeah, I don't really do much, like, YouTube shilling stuff anymore, huh? Let me see here. You know what, like, honestly, I'm not gonna do a ton of shilling for this today. You know the kinds of things that YouTubers want you to do. I know the kinds of things that I want you to do. Check out, like, my Ko-Fi or my Patreon if you want to support me. I guess, like, those are important ones to talk about. But as always, I hope that you have a lovely morning, noon, and I'll see you again another time. Goodbye!